So what do Christianity and somatic healing have in common? I made a video on this a few weeks ago, but I don't think I did it full justice. So I wanted to make another video on it because I think it's a really juicy, rich topic, which may trigger some people, but some people may really find benefit from it. And I want to start this video by saying I'm not a Christian, at least not in the traditional sense. I've never read the Bible. I grew up as an atheist, and then in my early 20s, after a period of suffering with lots of different kind of awakening experiences, I started to believe in and experience my spiritual nature. And so I would say I'm spiritual but not religious. I'm one of those, not an atheist anymore. But I'm certainly not Christian. But I do resonate deeply with Christianity. And what do I mean by that? Well, I'm going to explain it by telling you a little bit about my path of healing and awakening. So when I was in my early 20s, I was suffering a lot. I was in a constant state of fear, even terror, and that was rising up into thinking and creating lots of challenging thinking in my mind. I had basically intense mental health stuff going on. And after a few years of working in psychology, working with self-help, trying to fix my mind, I was still just suffering so much in my mind. And that's when I was introduced to the practice of somatic healing, which was probably just over 10 years ago, something like that. And what I started to do was notice the clear link between the body and the emotions that the body holds and the thoughts that are going through the mind. And I got really curious about that link. I started to see that if I had a thought, it would create an energy in my nervous system. And if I felt an energy in my nervous system, I could see it creating thoughts in my mind. I became really aware of this mechanism whereby the energies of emotion within the body were creating thought patterns, negative, suffering thought patterns in the mind. And those suffering thought patterns in the mind were compounding and creating more of this energy of emotions and of emotion within the body. And there was this vicious loop of thinking, feeling, which I was caught in basically all day, every day. And then one day what happened was when I was on a train down to London, and I could feel this thought come into my mind, like the fear was, I'm going to go crazy or I'm going to lose my mind. And I saw that thought start to create panic in my body. And what I did was, instead of going with the thinking, I brought all of my attention down into the feeling of panic in the body. And I felt it. And I stayed with it. And something within me really wanted to escape and to come into thinking. Because the thinking felt like safety. It felt like my thinking was trying to keep me safe. But I noticed if I just courageously stayed with the feeling of panic in my body, the thinking didn't move. I didn't need to go with the thinking anymore. I didn't need to believe the thinking anymore. I could stay alert, present in the body. And I noticed that the more I stayed with that contraction of energy, which I had labeled panic, the more I saw that it wasn't panic. Panic was just a label, that it was an energy. And that energy, with my attention in it instead of in the mind, started to grow. and started to open up and empty out of my nervous system, and this sense of causeless joy started to arise within my experience. And I'm sitting there on the train feeling really happy, whereas for years and years, if that experience had arisen, I would have been in a state of intense suffering. So in recognizing this and experiencing this, I knew, okay, I have a ticket here, a ticket to freedom. And every time feelings of fear and panic and trauma and tension and all of this stuff came up into my body, instead of allowing it to rise into thinking, I brought my attention into it and I fell into the energy of it within my body. And in feeling into the energy of it within my body, I came out of my mind. Something became quiet inside, and this peace arose within my experience. And so I was practicing this and practicing this and practicing this, because for me there was a choice, and it was a choice between immense suffering in the mind or freedom and joy in the body. So I just kept choosing to come into the body. And the energy, and then my energy body started becoming really alive within my experience as these old emotions started healing and moving through me. And then one day came when some emotion was arising within my experience, and I realized I didn't have to do anything. I felt this presence come into my body and hold the feeling without me doing anything. It's like this presence just came in and held me. This presence, which was beyond my body and beyond my mind, came into my body and was holding these feelings. And that had been happening basically the entire time, since the very start, since the first time I'd done this, that was happening. But in this moment, I saw it in a different way. That I was closing my eyes, maybe putting a hand on my chest, a hand on my belly, and this presence, this love was coming into my body, holding my nervous system, removing my pain. And then naturally, over time, I started putting my hands like this, and I was almost going into a prayer position. And I was not religious. I'd never been taught to do this. I didn't know about it, but I would just have my hands like this. And it's like through the process of feeling my feelings, I learned to come into a state of deep listening. Through feeling my feelings, through doing this somatic healing process, I was becoming attuned to what I call my being. I was becoming attuned to spiritual qualities or essences beyond my body and beyond my mind. And I felt like I knew what the Christians were doing or are doing when they pray, when they put their hands like this and they bow down and they ask God to come into them and take away their pain. Christians, at least from my perspective, I don't know their experience, but it feels the same. They are becoming attuned to a presence beyond themselves. Through prayer, they are attuning themselves to this presence by asking God to come into them, to hold them, to love them. They're attuning themselves to the same presence that I was attuning myself to by deeply feeling into my feelings. It's the same awakening. It's the same thing. In Christianity, they have this thing, obviously we all know this, the way of the cross. And one of the biggest visual representations of Christianity is Jesus on the cross. Now I resonate with that image of Jesus on the cross, Because it's like through healing our trauma, through doing the somatic work, through coming into the body, we are surrendering to our pain. We are awakening to the light that we are through the deep embrace of our pain. And in embracing our pain, we are giving our mind away to what you may call God. You're giving your mind away. And another wonderful thing that happens through somatic healing, the further you go down this path, is a certain point comes where you don't really need to try to use a willpower so much to distinguish between a feeling and a thought. It's as if this presence just starts to come in and to scoop mind patterns away from you. It's like you're brought into places of suffering and old traumas coming up, and this presence just automatically, naturally comes into you. So, there's a beautiful link between Christianity and the path of healing, trauma, somatic healing. The body is a doorway to our being. That's how I would express it. In more Christian language, which I don't generally use, you could say the body is a doorway to knowing God. And through either path, we start to feel held by this love beyond us as a body and a mind. Our true heart, our true home. We open to the peace that passes understanding. We open to the peace of God. So if life is clawing at you right now, if you are suffering right now, if you're in immense struggle right now, like I was, then know that this is an opportunity for you to awaken through surrender to the light that you are, for you to discover God within your own heart. Much love, my friends. Thank you for listening.